Sam. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Good. Good to see you again.
Yes, you too.
How was this week? So we met?
Not too bad. Still haven't gone back to school yet though.
Really?
But I talked to my friends and they apologized for setting me up on that date that they did, and so that made me feel good, and we were able to go out to dinner like normal without any surprises.
Nice.
So,
How was dinner?
it was good. It's back to normal. We didn't talk about the date because they had already apologized. I didn't want to bring it up again. And it was good. It was back to normal and no, surprises.
Nice. Good to hear.
Thanks.
So I gave you a few assignments last week, and I'm wondering if you had a chance to do any of those. We said you're gonna kind of find out about relaxation techniques. You're gonna choose one, and we'll try to do it daily, once a day. Did you have a chance to?
Yeah, I was looking up relaxation techniques, and the one that I found the best was music, actually. I put in my iPod and I'd listen to music without words, like classical or
Melodies.
Melodies, yeah. And I practiced deep breathing.
Very nice. How was it? How did you feel?
I at first I felt silly, and I was like, this isn't gonna work. But towards the end, I kind of found that like I was kind of relying on it. Like I really enjoyed doing it. Like it helped a lot.
Yeah, it's a very good technique. It has a lot of people researched about it a lot and found it very helpful to help with anxieties and stuff like that. Did you have a chance to do it daily or?
I did it pretty much daily. I missed one day last week, but that's because I was really busy. But yeah, I did it every day, and it helped a lot, actually.
I'm happy to hear that.
I was a lot less anxious, I found, which I thought could never happen.
See, life brings a lot of surprises.
Yeah.
And the other thing I asked you to do is to give me 5 reasons why you should stay in college. Did you have a chance to think about it?
I couldn't think of 5.
It's okay. Did you manage to think about 1 or 2?
Yeah. My parents would be disappointed if I left college. They spent so much money on me, and they have such high expectations for me. So they'd be really upset. And I have worked so hard. Like I have gone so far. I am almost done. Like it would be silly to drop out now, but I still can't get over the fact that like I can't go back.
Right.
Like I want to finish, but
What keeps you awake?
fear of being stupid or acting stupid at least.
Acting stupid? Okay. We can talk about it very soon. So last time I asked you a question about what is your, I think I worded it, how would you describe a clever person that you said that you're not? And you said someone who's funny. You said that has good grades and is able to say the right things at the right times. And I wanted to know, how can you relate to this description?
I mean, I'm not funny, but I do have good grades.
Is that an indicator for a clever person?
I guess, yeah. You're right. I guess it is. I did say that.
So, can we call you a clever person?
I guess so, yeah.
I guess so. So, also, yeah, I definitely agree that a person who gets A+ all over is a pretty smart person.
Yeah.
Never to say that, clever. And I wanted you to kind of, talk about a lot of situations where you felt socially inadequate and I would really want us to go kind of through those situations and find like overarching themes and common factors that we can find in all those situations, and see maybe we can find evidence to challenge those thoughts and support those thoughts, and maybe we can find evidence to dispute those thoughts and feelings. So remember the first day you came here, we had the situation in school, and then we talked about the party situation,
Yeah.
and last week we talked about the restaurant situations with your friend.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you can help me find.
I was trying to think. I mean, I started to get the same nervous feeling and like the feeling of wanting to escape in all three of those. I clammed up in all three of them.
You what? I'm sorry?
I clammed up, like I stopped talking and like, kind of withdrew from the crowd.
So we're talking about actual behaviors, what you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kept thinking that like I was stupid. I shouldn't say anything because I'll make things worse. I kept wanting to just not. I wanted to be someone else. I didn't want to be myself because I didn't think myself was enough.
Right. Okay. So now I want you to find supporting evidence to your thoughts. Okay. So I want you to find. I can help you with this, but I want you to find evidence to support that you're stupid. You will make things worse, and everything you thought.
Okay.
But we'll support it.
That I got the answer wrong
Okay.
for that one.
Okay. So the answer, in other words, will be evidence that you are
Stupid.
that you're stupid. Let's try to find a different word.
Not smart enough.
Okay, not smart enough. Okay. Can you find any other evidence?
I mean, I maybe because I couldn't really find any topics to talk about at the party or on the date. I mean, I think someone who was smarter could have more things to talk about and find it easier to talk about a lot of things.
I keep noticing that you're kind of squeezing your hands every time you talk about a situation that you felt anxious. Is that have you noticed it?
No, I didn't notice it. I just kind of do it. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You can do it. I was just wondering if you noticed that you do it when you talk about those situations. I mean, you can feel free to do it. I was just wondering if you're aware of it.
That's funny. I didn't even notice I was doing that.
Yeah. So, getting an answer wrong and not having enough topics to talk about will be evidence for you to think you are not smart enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want us to find evidence to dispute it.
I get good grades.
You get good grades, which is a lot, right?
Yeah.
It's very hard to get good grades and stay on top of.
Especially in my major, it's pretty hard to get good grades.
What is your major in?
Biology.
Wow. It is hard.
Yeah.
Not an easy one.
No, not easy.
Is it easy to get accepted to this major?
No, you actually have to have a lot of prerequisites, and you have to have a lot of letters of recommendation actually to get into the program.
So, you had letter of recommendation to get into the program. Would that be an evidence to support you are smart?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, if they think I'm smart enough to get into the program, probably because they think I'm smart.
What else?
I think that. I study hard. I'm in college. That's pretty smart.
It's a smart decision.
Yeah, it's a smart decision. I don't really party, so I kind of just study the whole time. So I know more than most people.
Yeah. I also wanted to challenge your feeling of socially inadequate,
Okay.
and I want us to do the same. Find kind of evidence to support
Okay.
that. I want you to word it. I want you to tell me how you feel in those social situations.
Well, I feel like you said, socially inadequate. Like I feel awkward.
Okay. So let's say we're gonna try to find evidence for you acting awkwardly, or
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm just an awkward person. And I just don't think I have the social skills to.
do you think that you are able to acquire those skills?
Yes.
Yes.
I think with your help, I could probably learn some better people skills.
So I would imagine that a person who can acquire, and actually a person who is aware of his or her deficits, will make a person very smart. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I
Would you
think
agree
being
with the same?
self-aware is very smart. Yeah.
Self-awareness is
Mhm.
smart.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to find evidence to support you being awkward and evidence to dispute it.
Well, when I'm at the party, I can't talk to people. I don't know how to talk to people.
Okay, that would be awkward.
Yeah.
Are you the only person who doesn't know how to talk and initiate conversation, or if I'll take you to the same day, to the same party, do you remember seeing anyone else standing alone?
I think so. I'm sure there was probably someone else by themselves. I mean, I wasn't focusing on them because I was too.
Would this person look awkward to you?
Probably not, just because I was focused on myself.
Generally, theoretically, if you would see a person standing by himself in a party, looking around, just
Yeah, I
standing
think
there,
that'd be awkward.
you think that would be awkward?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. So, standing alone in a party will support
Yeah.
you being awkward.
Yes.
Okay. Any other evidence to support it?
Not being able to talk to people. Like if someone asks me a question,
Mm-hmm.
I won't come up with an answer. I'll kind of avoid them. So I think avoidance is kind of
Avoidance will be awkward.
yeah.
So, in other words, by standing alone in a party or avoiding conversations, questions,
Mm-hmm.
equals awkwardness.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can we think about anything to dispute it?
I don't know. I'm not awkward around my friends during dinner.
Right. That's a good one.
I'm comfortable with them.
What makes the difference?
I think it's just because I've known them longer, and I've known them for like long before I started having these problems with anxiety. I think it's a comfort thing.
It's a comfort thing.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask you that. What about this relationship make you feel comfortable? Is that the length?
I think it's the length, and I think that they already know what I'm, like who I am, so that I don't have to try to impress them.
How do they know who you are? How do they know?
Because I see them often, and I've known them long times, and I'm comfortable talking to them, so they know a lot more about me.
You expose yourself more.
I do.
You show yourself more.
Uh-huh.
So by showing yourself more and being more yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you're more comfortable around those people.
Right, because
Right.
they understand me.
Because they understand you, or because, let me put it like that. You being comfortable is a result of you being yourself,
Mm-hmm.
or you feeling that the other side accepts who you are?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other evidences to dispute that?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm comfortable in my field, but that doesn't really have anything with people. It's plants and cells.
You do. I mean, in college, you have a lot of interaction with your peers and your professor, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if you work in a lab, you have a supervisor,
Mm-hmm.
and
I do talk to my supervisor.
how does it
actually.
feel?
Good. I I feel like we have a very professional, like understanding relationship. Like I'm not worried around him for some reason.
Can you try to think about why you're not worried?
I think it's because it's my major, it's the stuff I know for a fact. So I don't have to worry about, do I know this answer? Because I know this answer.
So you feel adequate.
Yeah, I feel adequate.
Okay. And let's just think about a scenario where you came to your supervisor and you asked him a question, he gave you an answer, and then he asked you a question, and you would get it wrong. What would be the reaction from the supervisor?
From the supervisor? I think he'd probably just correct me and be like, no, that's not the right answer, and probably tell me the right answer.
Would it make him feel any less of you?
I would hope not. No, probably
No,
not.
probably not, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you for a second to take on the different side, the different part of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And remind me your friend's name, the girl you go out with to dinner with?
Alyssa.
Alyssa.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to think about a scenario where you and Alyssa sit for a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And she talks to you about a very sensitive topic, per se. And you feel that she doesn't quite see the reality as is.
Mm-hmm.
And you try to confront her. And she avoids your questions.
Mm-hmm.
How does it make you feel?
Probably frustrated.
Frustrated?
Because I want her, because I'm her friend, I want her to see what's actually happening. And if she's avoiding it, she's only doing herself harm.
Right. Would that make her awkward, though?
No.
No? Why not?
I just don't think that would equal awkwardness. I think that's just her not being exposed to what's actually going on, her not understanding. But I don't think that would make her awkward.
One of the criteria for supporting awkwardness, as you said, was avoidance. And when it happened on the other side, you said it's not avoidance. It's okay not to expose yourself when you don't feel comfortable to expose yourself.
Yeah.
Can we try to now go backwards and kind of try to reword it?
Yeah. I guess that's not a good definition of awkwardness. You're right. Yeah.
It's very important for you to understand that we are very different people, and each one of us find their own way to express themselves around certain situations. So in a party, in school, with friends, we all have our boundaries and where we let ourselves cross and where we feel that we need to feel safe and not cross. And sometimes questions can be very tough to deal with because you feel people kind of take off your mask, and not everyone like other people to see their true personality.
Exactly.
And that's okay. And that's okay. That's acceptable. When you come to my office, you decide what you want me to know about you and where you feel comfortable talking about. That wouldn't make you awkward. Now, I want to tell you a little story. So, when I was in college, we used to go to this bar next to our dorms, right? And there was this guy who always used to come there alone. And I would look at him and I would just think, we all come in groups and being very loud after a test, after, midterm. And this guy would always come alone, get a beer, I can't even remember beer, and would just look at people. And I wasn't sure what you can make out of it and think about this person. What would you think about this person?
He probably just likes being alone. Maybe.
Is that acceptable to like being alone?
Yeah. Some people, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So one day I walked towards him and I was really curious to know why he was standing there by himself. And I asked him, I mean, how come I see you here every other week standing here by yourself? And he said that he's a researcher
Oh.
and he studies people's behavior in this setting.
Mhm.
So, would that be awkward?
No, not at all.
How come?
Because it's part of his job, and he's actually doing it for a reason.
And let's say it wasn't his job, and this was just his way to enjoy his night. Just stand by himself, look at people,
Mhm.
listen to music, and have his drink.
I mean, it might be a little weird, but not enough to, you know, think anything wrong about it. Like I think that's pretty normal if that's what he likes to do, because you know a lot of people like being by themselves and having a drink or whatever and watching people. I know I people watch because I'm kind of a quiet person. Like when I was at the party, I was just kind of like watching everyone else. So I mean, I guess I can relate to that guy wanting to kind of.
Once again, one of the criteria you gave me for awkwardness was standing alone.
Mm-hmm.
How would you?
Well, I mean, it's a little awkward just because it's not the norm, I think.
Who's norm?
I think I think the majority of people like to hang out with other people.
Okay.
I think it's normal for, especially college-age students to, hang out with a big group of people and have lots of fun. I don't usually see a lot of people by themselves unless they're studying or,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
I just want to wrap up this subject about the awkwardness and right now we have 3 criteria, 3 things you said that will dispute you being an awkward person. And one thing that is kind of half-half, which is standing alone. Do you still think about yourself as an awkward person?
Well, when you put it that way, it's kind of like, I guess I'm not that awkward,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess I'm not that awkward according to my own definition of awkwardness. Wow, I never really thought about it that way, actually. I guess that's more my self-talk as opposed to what's actually happening.
Sometimes we are able to kind of have our automatic thoughts in situations that a lot of times disable us. Because if you feel awkward, you will act awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it leads one thing to another. And not many times we stop and say, let's challenge this automatic thought. Let's see if it's a true one, or I don't know, maybe I heard it somewhere and I just decided I'm awkward,
Yeah.
We can do it. Before we finish up, I just want us to do the same thing about not being smart enough.
Okay.
I asked you before about your supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
And what would happen if you can give him the wrong answer? And how would you feel if somebody else would give you a wrong answer?
Like if someone, like an intern below me would give me the wrong answer? I wouldn't think they were smart. I think maybe they just didn't know it. And, there's so many things that, are out there in regards to biology that, like, it's okay if people don't know it, but I feel like I should know a lot of these things because I by myself so much and because I study so much.
You should know it.
I should know most of the answers to questions that are asked of me.
In one research, and I can give it to you for you to read, it's shown that you learn much more by making a mistake, having someone correct you, and then relearn something. Meaning, it's okay to do mistakes. We all do, I think, on a daily basis. would you feel that would be a criteria for a smart person not to ever do mistakes?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So the one criteria you gave me for not being smart enough is giving the wrong answer to your professor. Do you still feel that that would be a criteria for being smart or not smart?
Probably not. You're just ruining all my self-talk. Because, I guess, that is how you learn things, is by, not knowing something and then someone teaching you it. There's a whole process of learning. And smart, I guess, is a continual growth. So, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess that's really not a good enough definition for not smart.
I'm happy to hear that. We have to wrap up, but I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up for next week. I want us to work on social interactions next week, and maybe if you're gonna have time to do a little play role.
Okay.
And see how it works. Just a quick question before we go. Do you think you'll be able to go to one class this week, even for 15 minutes, and see how it goes?
I can try.
You can try?
Yeah.
So let's work on that, and let's try to get 3 more reasons why you should be in school. And try to focus those reasons on you.
Okay.
Why you would benefit from staying in school.
Okay.
Okay?
I can do that.
Perfect. So I'll see you next week, same time, same place.
Yes.
Have a wonderful week.
Thanks. You too.
Bye.